Good morning. It's me again with my funny hat on. Yeah, it's Ian, Keith, Dad, Grandad. You know the routine. Yeah, I thought I'd come for a walk out today, try and sort of get a bit of perspective on life, and get a nice backdrop for you. Which over there is the Longship's Lighthouse. Well, you can pick it out, and that's Land's End, the rocks that you see jutting out. You probably can't see it on the horizon, but you've got the Scilly Isles just over there. You can actually see them, but it's a bit cloudy again. Yeah, so I'll just take a seat here on the wall, on the granite wall. Yeah. I'm gonna rest it there, get a bit of a armrest. Yeah, right, I thought I'd do this one. I've had my tooth out, and luckily he said that the abscess was pushing up into the sinus, and this side of my nose is a lot clearer now, which is the first time in ages I've been able to breathe at night through my left side. Anyway, that's minor. Today's Saturday. This coming Wednesday is the TERP day, operation, surgery, and a fortnight on Wednesday I'm due to meet the oncologist. Now, I think I explained last time that there's a clash between when I have my PSMA PET scan date, which I don't know when it is yet, but they tell me it's the week beginning the 6th of May, and the 8th of May, which is a week of Wednesday, is when I go into hospital for the surgery. So there's only the 6th and 7th that I can get the PET scan done, and it has to be done before I see the oncologist, otherwise he just won't know where the cancer spread to, and we can't decide on a treatment regime. So my bum's getting a bit sore. I'm sat on a rock. That's better. Yeah, so I'm going through one of the mood swings. I'm getting very angry, annoyed. I've been let down by the NHS, and I think I've already explained it before, but try and help me. I'm going to go through it again. In 2018, April 2018, which was 6 years ago, I went to my GP and basically went through all the check-in and through to the urologist at the hospital, and basically they just put me on finasteride. And what they should have done from there on is annual blood tests, and I've been having annual blood tests for 10, 12 years up to that point for my heart. But because obviously COVID came on in 2019, I didn't get any request to go in April, and because of COVID I didn't request to go to the doctors because of the risks involved. And it wasn't until 2023 that I finally got a blood test request from my GP. So effectively, and even then I didn't think to say do a PSA, so partly my fault. But then of course this year I got called in for another annual blood test, MOT as they say, and I mentioned it and she did a PSA, and here we go. I've got potentially local advanced, if not advanced. Both of those, well, I'm next to the top if I'm local advanced in terms of worst case scenario. That's not to say I can't survive it, but it's a question of how you go about managing it, the treatment and everything else. Yeah, so the NHS let me down badly. They should have been requesting me to come in annually, and the GP should have put me down for a PSA every year, which he didn't. So I wouldn't be in this situation if they had. Basically, my potential life expectancy has been severely shortened. and depending how the PET scan goes, that I haven't had yet, if it's become advanced, I could be in all sorts of serious shit. What exacerbated it, what sort of gets me angry, is that when I spoke to my one of my care workers, nurses, I explained to her, I said, look, I says, this hasn't just come on, I've not just suddenly arrived and, you know, you've found that I've got advanced cancer. I said, I've had this. I said, yeah, you missed an opportunity 6 years ago. I said, I reported it. I said, you should have found it then. I said, so now we're 6 years further on. I said, so I'm potentially 6 years into me 10-year life expectancy. I said, so we need to get things done a bit bloody quicker. Because, you know, it's potentially advanced and it's not slowing down, and it's only getting worse now that we've identified it. And a reply, which, you know, rankled me, says, oh, well, we've only known about it since now, so we can only take it from here. And I thought, well, yeah, but you've got to judge it on the basis that I've had the pain and, you know, stinging and burning for at least 18 months. So whereas normally you've got 18 months to get sorted out and, you know, get to the stage I'm at now, I'm already there. So you can't just start the clock ticking from a month ago. You should start the clock ticking from 12 months ago. So that really pissed me off. I'm sat here, by the way, by the coastal path, so you might hear kiddies and things. It's just odd people walking by. Yeah, so, you know, I'm thinking I shouldn't be in this situation. I went to the doctor 6 years ago. Now, all right, you got to say, well, some of it's my fault. I should have been, you know, it is my health after all, and I should have done something different. Benefit of hindsight. But the fact is, they knew, and, you know, they should have been picked up on the fact that I got a prostate issue. And when I think back to what I saw when they put the camera into my bladder, it was clearly a lump pushing at the side of me prostate against the urethra, and you could see it was bulging in at one side. And he didn't say, oh, all right, you need a biopsy. But of course then they didn't in those days do MRIs. It would have been biopsy through the bowel, which is, as Mick will tell you, you know, you can get seriously ill, sepsis and things through it. So in a way it's good I didn't, but on the other hand, you know, it had been better if I had. Yeah, so I'm now, as I said, it's now Saturday, and I'm waiting for an appointment for the PSMA PET scan, and nothing's come in yet. And I'm less than a week away when I've got to have it done. There's somebody coming down now, so I'm going to have to stop. Yeah, so I'm going to phone up Monday and chase them up and see what the situation is to get my PET scan done. Yeah, so anyway, I'll sign off there, because there's another dog, and see you all again. Bye for now.